I think it's about time we start talking about the real epidemic that's been going on, which is IG hairstylists versus OG aunties. The IG hairstylists being the new stylists who lack customer service skills, basic decency, and upcharge their clients $250 deposit fees before booking their appointment, while the OG aunties are the blueprint of what it means to be a hairstylist. The ladies who set the tone for what it means to be in the hair care industry and knew how extremely important healthy hair is to a woman's confidence and her overall health, especially when it comes to the most over-policed group of people there is when it comes to appearance, hair, and pretty much everything else, Black women. It's basically a concept I kind of just came up with because these new IG hairstylists are trash.
I feel like there's this constant debate in regards to the level of professionalism in the Black beauty service industry. Now, I'm not here to just point out my people because I'm sure this happens with all people, but I feel like my people keep saying the same things in regards to these service providers.
Instagram stylists. Why is y'all out here charging extra for the air your clients breathe? Why?
From the way they handle customer service to their lack of work ethic, it's been extremely hard for many women to even trust putting money in their pocket out of fear that they might not be able to deliver a satisfying experience. Of course, all new IG hairstylists aren't underneath the same category. There are some really great girls who are good at what they do that do really care about the client experience. However, the few bad apples are ruining it for everybody. What inspired me to create this video was a story that I heard about recently on X, I hate that name, where this one girl wrote a tweet about her experience with a particular hairstylist. She says, "Tell me if I'm wrong. I booked with this girl, she canceled on me at 5 a.m. the day of my appointment, saying due to someone having COVID-19 around her, she couldn't do my hair. She's in Miami, but wouldn't send my $250 deposit, telling me to just reschedule or buy her wig." No, you are not wrong, because even if her reasons for canceling were true, any decent person with morals, anybody who cared about the reputation of their business would have just issued a refund or at least rescheduled free of charge. Is that not common sense? And who the hell lies about having COVID? Aside from not caring about the look of her business, posting videos live from a party while the person that she lied to can see her makes it evidently clear that she just does not care. And sadly enough to say, many of them who have a pattern of doing this really don't. Because this is not the first story I've heard about situations like these. There are a plethora of spaces and pages online where women come to talk about how much unprofessionalism exists in today's hair care industry. From them having bad attitudes to overpriced fees to unrealistic rules and expectations, texturism, and even colorism, which is absolutely crazy. Madam CJ Walker did not create such a powerful movement for them to be acting like this.
I just have one question for you ragadocious people. Is the IRS aware of the fact that you guys are charging $1,000 for braids? 1 month's rent for some braids that are gonna last 3 business seconds? These prices are audacious considering half of y'all don't even have a hair license.
This lady's prices go from $780 to $1,000, and it does not include a wash, does not include detangling. You have to come with your hair already blown out and straightened out. For small, medium, knotless braids that are thigh length, they are $1,000. But for knee length, it's an extra $300. Last time I checked, your thighs and your knees are not that far from each other. Why is it an extra $300? And now we doing this? Shorty really said if you don't have edges, your appointment is canceled. What if you have alopecia?
In our culture, hair plays a huge role in a person's confidence. That's why the hair care industry is such a profitable industry to be a part of. Because no matter what's going on in the world, somebody is always going to find a way to get their hair done, because when you look good, you feel good. There's the history, the psychology, and the social importance of always making sure that your hair looks your best. Being aware of at least one of those 3 things as a hairstylist is very important, because it shows that you are who you say you are and that you aren't just playing in people's heads just because you're bored or just because you want some money. There's a lot going on as far as the history of Black women and their hair, but there is still a specific rich history that helped develop the relationship behind what it means for a Black woman to love their hair and to love the way that it looks. The story is very complex and full of many ups and downs, many times of feeling ridiculed and insecure, and other times of feeling flawless and confident. So a woman's relationship with her hair goes deeper than just a sleek style of braids down her back. It's inside of what's growing out of her head, because that's the way it started. From the Sundays in the kitchen as a child to weekends in the salon as an adult, getting your hair done meant everything to you, and it was never a one-step process. It always required required multiple steps that took up the entirety of the day. Everybody knows if you needed something done to your hair, you better make sure that your whole day is cleared. That's how important it was and still is. Considering the fact that a lot of us with this hue didn't necessarily start off having the best relationship with our hair and its character, because of social reasons, of course, for some women and some girls, getting their hair done would be a very critical and dreadful process. Thankfully, in this specific day and age, we are granted with the privilege of having things like the natural hair movement that gives us information of how to treat our hair properly and grow a better relationship with our natural hair. And also free information for how to style your hair in any way that you can, whether it be natural or otherwise. But situations like these still remain true, where some women still feel a bit insecure and dissatisfaction with their hair state, or just completely disconnected from it overall. So you think that going to a stylist to provide you with some kind of comfort would be the solution, but the reality is the way that some of them act only makes it worse. As opposed to the OG aunties, who are known for always saving the day, making what would once be seen as stressful and anxiety fueling into something more relaxing, calming, and welcoming, boosting their clients' confidence as a result. Because not only would they make sure to take care of the foundation, the hair that grows out of your scalp before manipulating it, they also provided comfort and made sure to create a safe environment for their clients. The hair salon was meant to be a place for something like fellowship and communion, a place to build community. So much so that there are a lot of women who have stories about their hairstylists becoming their friends, and there are also a lot of hairstylists who know all of their clients' business and vice versa. It shows that they actually cared about them beyond just doing what they had to do for the money.
I'm an old school stylist. Of course I'll tell you no if it's not healthy for your hair. You'll never ruin my reputation. I'm an old school stylist. Of course I spoil my clients because I know a spoiled client is a loyal client. I'm an old school stylist. Of course I don't charge a deposit. I double book anyway.
In an environment like this, there was never any outrageous charges or extra fees that weren't warranted. And as a result, I know I can only imagine that the tips were probably hefty, because when you take care of people and you make them feel good, the favor is always returned. And that's the part that I don't think some of these new stylists care to understand. Now, I'm not saying that salons and businesses like this don't exist anymore. Some of these new girls are really doing a great job. I've seen a few stylists who provide complimentary snacks, a comfy area for their clients to watch movies, and great client experience. I'm just trying to provide some context and explain exactly why some IG hairstylists just shouldn't exist, because they are destroying a tradition. I've realized that most of the complaints that I've seen from women with bad experiences happen because they went to stylists who prioritized social media over the art of doing hair in itself. Aside from the fact that many of them don't have credentials, which isn't a slight by the way, because there are a lot of stylists who don't have any licenses or credentials but are still good at what they do, and they still treat their customers the best that they can. But when you put that much time, effort, and money into something, and you have to abide by laws and state standards, the last thing that you would want to happen to you as a stylist is to be shut down and to be dragged through the mud by literally everybody. Because not only are the girls on Instagram and Twitter coming for you, the state will be too. It's clear that what they do isn't for the love of doing hair, it's for the love of the money. Hair is just another avenue for them to get to wherever they want to be in life while not caring about who they step on during the process. And that always shows in the way that they treat their clients. These are the girls who look up to influencers and models like Ari and Jada Wada. They see that and want to live that lifestyle, but don't realize that they're going about it in the wrong way. There's nothing wrong with looking up to these women and being inspired by them, but in order to get where they are, with the amount of notoriety and love that they receive, you gotta realize that they had to take time to build a brand, which means that they had to keep a clean slate, which also means that they couldn't scam people. As sad enough as it is to say, everybody wasn't raised right. Not everyone you meet will move with integrity and morals. At first I thought it was just because some of them care too much about social media, but it's really just because they actually might be terrible people. Because there are good hairstylists on social media with good reviews and good customer service, and there are bad hairstylists on social media with bad reviews and bad customer service. So it's not the industry within itself, it's not the platform that they're on, it's the people behind it that are the problem. because their attention and their hearts are all in the wrong place. It's coming down to a point where it takes the person looking for those services to completely do their due diligence more than they've ever had to before. The search for finding a good stylist has gotten so bad that to avoid the hassle, a lot of women are just YouTubing how to do their own hair, which isn't necessarily a bad thing because I feel like all women should know how to do a little something, but it just shows that as far as the community, we are really losing recipes. Booking an appointment with the stylist should be considered a self-care, a pampering experience. And you shouldn't have to worry about unprofessionalism or to be feeling like you have to be on guard in the moments that are meant for you to relax. I don't know what it's going to take for things to change, whether it's for some of them to learn how to treat their customers and to get their morals in check, or for them to completely remove themselves from the space in general to let the real hairstylists who actually care shine. That last option sounds a lot more promising to me. Aside from that though, I don't want to take anything away from the real hairstylists who are doing really well and making their clients happy, because that is really important and it's what matters the most. If you're one of those hairstylists who are good at what they do and they're making their clients happy and actually care about doing hair, thank you for keeping the tradition in our culture alive and helping it stay afloat. And that concludes my thoughts for the IG hairstylist versus OG aunties. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, like, comment, and share, and thank you for watching.